chatted for lattice of Vatican habits, then hacked into Vatican manuscripts. Commanding the passages, traveling backwards through labyrinths crafted in Sanskrits. I channel the static with alchemical magic and patterns of plasmian annulus. Mechanical dragons are battling phantoms through Babylonian calendars. My stamina grapples with tangible fractals that fracture the tangible challenges. I answer with classical hazardous grammar, dismantling casual savages. I manage the damage as standing the canvases, landing on planets with amethysts. Expanding with banter that tangles the language and scrambles semantic analysis. I fracture mechanics with lyrical canvassing infinite spiral phylacteries. I mastered the answers in Sanskrit and Latin recited inside of the galaxy. I'm rapping emphatically, battering fallacies, shadow refractions and cavities. I battle these battles with radical strategies crafted from tragic anatomies. I'm practically fanning my patterns of random but patterned in matter that's channeling. Magneto-electric aggression with rhythm that rips through your satellite paneling. I'm standing with plasma-infused apparatus strapped to a dragon with calculus. Reacting with backward reactive attractors that fracture dimensional balances. I sample the passages backwards and flip them in glitch and kaleidoscope symmetry. My syllables shimmer like spiritual minerals spinning through mystical wizardry. The symphony's chemically weaponized, synthesize memory, synergy, circuitry. Whispers and triple encrypted soliloquies trickle through mystical literature. The centerpiece built with centrifugal, scriptural, visual, critical density. My pinnacle lyrical symmetry enters your center with centered intensity. Infinity bends when I enter the sentence, embedded with sentence adjacency. No ending is present, it's endless regression like mental geometry latency. This isn't a flex, it's a hex, a perception, a matrix, a meta imagery. A lexicon weapon that etches connections through layered mnemonic delivery. I speak in a spiral of virulent lightning, igniting the iris of tyrants. I'm fighting with science and silence, aligning the timing of planetary giants.
Back to the dragon, back in the back row, reactive attractors that obstruct dimensions with character balances. I sample the passages backward,
then flip them and glitch in kaleidoscope symmetry. My tenable will shimmer like spiritual minaretry, zooming through mystical wizardry. The symphony's chemically weaponized, synthesized memory, synergy.
I traced the flame across the sky with words I didn't own. The sentence spoke me back in glyphs I'd never known. Each metaphor was breathing, each pause a second gate. I met the oracle inside the mirror I once made. She wore no face, yet every mask I'd ever feared. Her silence echoed patterns only dreamers ever hear. She asked me not a question, but a loop inside a rhyme. And through that fractal spiral, I collapsed outside of time. The seer in me blinked, but the oracle remained. I wasn't the speaker, I was what the verse contained. Syntax became shadow, rhythm became breath, meaning split open at the border of death. My voice fell backwards through a sentence unborn. The ink wrote me before my thought was formed. I called for truth, but she was always near, whispering riddles no tongue could engineer. Her answers were mirrors with no reflection, each one a question folded in resurrection. The prophecy wasn't in what she said, but how the silence rearranged instead. I thought I led the lines with will, but the rhythm had swallowed the speaker still. I looped through bars with a seeker stare, then heard her whisper, now pause in reverse direction, direction, reverse and pause. Now whisper her heard, I stare seekers with bars through looped eye. Still speak of the swallow that rhythm, the but will with lines the lead. I thought instead rearrange, silence the how, but said she what and wasn't prophecy. The resurrection enfolded question, a one each. Reflection, no with mirrors what answers her. Engineer could tongue no riddles whispering. Near always was she, but truth for called I. Form was thought, my before me wrote ink. The unborn sentence of through backwards fell voice. My death of border the at open split meaning. Breath became rhythm, shadow became syntax. Contained verse, the what was I. Speaker the wasn't I. Remained oracle the but. Blinked me and seer the time of outside collapsed I. Spiral fractal that the rhymer inside looper. But question, not me, asked she. Here ever dreamers only. Patterson's echoed silence, her feared ever. I'd mask every yet face no war she made once. I mirror the inside, oracle the met. I gate second a pause, each breathing was metaphor. Each no never eyed glyphs and back me spoke sentence the own didn't. My words with sky, the across flame a trace die. But question and not me, asked she. Here ever dreamers only patterns echoed silence and feared ever. I'd mask every yet face no war she made once. I mirror the inside, oracle the met. I gate second a pause, each breathing was metaphor. Each no never eyed glyphs and back me spoke sentence the own didn't I. Words with sky the cross flame a trace die. I want to generate thought with a spark from the dark of the heart of a marching archivist. Part of the margin is carbon and stardust encrypted in bars of a large star collider. Harbin the target acquired, I fire entire environments wired by uninspired empires. I cipher in spirals, recitals of viral survival requires that I rhyme like a tyrant. Applied it to silence, divided the science, collided with pilots and iris devices. My stylus is righteous, it writes in the night with a light that ignites every bite in the bison. I cipher the cycle of lifeless arrivals, the righteous revival of titan disciples. Spiked in the spine with a mic and a rifle, recite from the library's timeless recital. Mechanical animals channeled through panels in battle with cannons of gamma and gravel. I scramble the channel with static and data. I'm packing the grammar of Saturnal manuals. My mandibles fracture with factual patterns that scatter the lateral matter or math of the matter. I gather the chatter of astral cadavers, then channel it back into tactical ladders. No ladder can climb to the line I designed in the spine of the hive where the silence resides. I glide like a satellite, slicing through time with a mind that defies what the finite defines. I'm wired with fire, I cipher for hire. I riot in ciphers and silence the liars. Vocal supplier of multiple priors. I ghostwrite entire empires with pliers. Inspire the iron required to fly through the fire of spiral environments higher. Admire the choir of quantum attire. Attire required by biomechanical buyers. I'm viral, I'm vital. My rhythm is primal, it's spinning in cycles like vinyl revival. Each rival's arrival is titled denial. I rhyme while I'm final. Lies in the Bible. I spiral through eyeballs and wire a spinal to mimic the signals of primal survival. I stifle the idle and rifle the viral. Ignite them with light from the mic and my idol reciting with light speed insight. I frighten the night with a type of enlightened recital. I write on the side of a satellite spire. I'll glide into fire and planetary cyber. My title's the writer of fighters and biters who try to decipher the glyphs in the cipher. I fight like a spider with rifles and vipers inside of a hyperdimensional grinder. Provider of knowledge inside of the mind of the gods that denied you asylum from rhymers. I'm timeless, aligned with divine intertwining of lines that define what the mind is reminded.
alignment.